Alright, welcome back. It is still the FPL battleground where we get to compete like kings. My name is Chibike James, and yes, I'm with the insightful Bar. Good to have you, brother.
Yeah, good to be back.
Alright, and yes, we'll be talking about player performances this season. We have seen Game Week 1, Game Week 2, and Game Week 3, and we have also seen our first Managerian casualty, Nottingham Forest, Nuno Espirito Santo, and in comes Ange Postecoglou, formerly with Tottenham Hotspur, and he says he loves to play exciting football. I don't know, looking at the teams so far this season, which team has impressed you the most?
Well, if you're asking me which team has impressed me the most, I'll say Sunderland.
Liverpool, yeah, top of the league.
Liverpool, they've always been top in their performances, but Sunderland has bringing out something very exciting with the way they play and with their aura, and looks like they want to stay in the Premier League. So their overall play has been nice.
All right, their overall play has been nice, and now let's take a look at players who have performed very well from Game Week 1, Game Week 2, and Game Week 3. Alright, now he talked about Sunderland, and trust me, Sunderland have shown intent of wanting to remain in the Premier League this season. And looking at Game Week 1, we have got Ballard of Sunderland in the first game week. He was the player with the highest points, 17 points as a defender.
Yeah, well, I mean, that Game Week 1 was very electric for him.
No one saw this coming.
He didn't even have, like, his ownership was at about 2% that Game Week 1, and after that we saw a lot of managers rushing to bring him in because of his price and that stellar performance, and it was sad to see him get injured before Game Week 2, so we hope to see him back again.
I hope to see him back, and because of that performance, his value has increased from 4.5 million to 4.6. Next in Game Week 2, it is Arsenal's right back, Julian Timber. He got a goal in that game, and yes, valued at 5.6 right about now. He was 5.5 at the start of the season. What do you make of performance in Game Week 2?
That performance was so excellent from a defender, 24 points, as you can see here. It's no joke for a game week. So for a defender. So that was a stellar performance from him that day, and we hope to see him keep up with that. Against
Leeds United, yes, he did tremendously well. And in just the final game week before the international break, we saw Magui, despite all the talks around his move to Liverpool Football Club, which did not materialize, he still kept his head. And when you talk about example of a professional player, you have to mention Magui's 15 points he got in Game Week 3, valued at 4.6 right about now. He was 4.5. How was he in Game Week 3?
Well, I saw him in Game Week 3, and I was thinking, wow, that this is a story written in the stars. This is the way it's
like
going
a good parting
this is the perfect parting gift for him as he was about to go to Liverpool, but we saw the transfer fallout, and he's going to be straight back into that Crystal Palace back lineup. So I think that performance was very wonderful from him. That goal was superb. I mean, nobody knew that he had that in the locker. He was very good, and we saw him over the international break. He still scored a goal. He looks very solid. He's a proper defender, like you said. He's a very good sportsman. Kept his head, even with transfers and all of that. So we're looking to see him in Game Week 4, and hopefully puts up a top-notch performance again.
Well, in Game Week 4, he will still be wearing the colours of Crystal Palace, because Oliver Gazner, made sure that he kept his man, saying that if you let Magui leave the team, I would leave the team as well. Talk about player with importance in their club side. He's the captain of the side, and yes, we hope to see what he will be doing in Game Week 4. And next up, let's look at players of the season so far, and looking at the players of the season so far after first 3 game weeks. Looking at the goalkeeper Ficario with Tottenham Hotspur, and Tottenham Hotspur having themselves a new manager, Thomas Frank from Brentford Football Club. And if there's one thing that we know about Thomas Frank's side, is that they are very difficult to break.
Yeah, I mean, we all expected that as Thomas Frank came in. We expected that Tottenham were going to be a lot more compact compared to the way they played under Ange last season, and in their first 2-3 games they've shown that, keeping 2 clean sheets and conceding just 1 goal against Bournemouth. So I think it's been a wonderful start. And Vicario also, we all know him. He's a young and exciting goalkeeper. He's shown us his talents in the Premier League, and it's good to see him at 21 points. Very impressive.
A very impressive 21 points. And next up is Arsenal's defender Ricardo Calafiore. Some would say Arsenal just signed him for his looks and not for playing football.
Well, they say he's only an Italian model. But I know once he steps into that pitch, he proves all of us wrong. He's someone that's ready to fight.
And he's Arsenal Player of the Month.
Yeah, he's someone that's ready to fight for the team. He's resilient. He's very compact. He knows how to score goals. He's tricky. He knows how to position himself in games. So seeing him at 28 points at the beginning of the season is very nice. We just hope that he can stay injury free, because that's what's been hindering him in the club. We hope he can stay injury free and then continue with his stellar performance. 28 points is very nice for him. 28
points is very nice for Ricardo Calafiore. And next we'll be looking at Chelsea's Trevoh Chalobah. No one saw this one coming. At the start of the season, it was looking like he was not going to be the starting choice. But injury to Levi Cohen has made Trevoh Chalobah a player that the coach Enzo Maresca rely upon very well.
You see, when you talk about a player, when you talk about professionalism, he's a perfect example. You know, he's been thrown out of the squad a lot of times,
frozen out of time, brought back to the team,
sent to Crystal Palace, brought back, and he's kept his head up all the time. He's always like, I want to prove to you why I deserve to be in this position. And that injury has brought him back to the limelight. He's told the gaffer with his performance on the pitch, look, I'm here to play ball. I'm here to remain on the pitch. I'm here to be a starter for this club. And 27 points from the first 3 game weeks shows a lot and talks a lot about his professionalism and his footballing ability. So we hope he continues as well.
Definitely, his footballing activities is not something that we should question. And Arsenal also have another player on the list, Julian Timber. There is also Senesi, also another defender from Bournemouth. And yes, if you're looking at this defenders, Julian Timber and Senesi, two defenders who FPL managers probably might have overlooked them.
Yeah, well, Timber, I think Timber was overlooked because there was the issue of Ben White being the starter in the team, and Ben White got injured and Timber got into the team. So
well, he has been like the big man since last season.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, because Ben White was injured last season, so him coming back also means that he's still going to get into the team, because Ben White is a good player. Senesi is the one that has really been overlooked, because, you know, with the change in Bournemouth defense, Zabanai leaving, and the rest of them. I mean, no one trusted that Bournemouth was going to be defensively compact, and so we've seen that they've remained that way, and Senesi has been very good for them. So he's someone is a defender that I think FPL managers should look to, because he's somewhat of a wild card when it comes to the defense. All
right, and we are going for 5 defenders for this team, and looking at the next defender is Mark Guéhi of Crystal Palace. 23 points he has been able to accrue so far in the FPL.
Yeah, we've already talked about him. You know, he's a very wonderful player, and kudos to Crystal Palace for keeping him on the last minute, because that would have been very painful to them and their ambitions this season. He's their captain, and we expect more great performances from him.
Well, it's looking like defenders are enjoying life in FPL so far this season.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a strange season, because, you know, with the rules, with the new defensive rules and everything, defenders are looking to steal the show this season. We can see from the first game week 3 and game week 2 and game week 1 that defenders have all been the players of the week. So we're going to see if in game week 4 that trend going to continue, and if it continues, we're going to see a lot of people invest more in defenders as the game goes by.
Alright, and away from defenders to the midfielders, it is one player that people thought he was not going to, you know, enjoy his career after he made that move from Manchester City to Everton Football Club, Jack Grealish, and he has shown that yes, he still wants to be reckoned among the very best in the Premier League. Yeah,
you see Jack Grealish, very impressed with him, because he's someone I really overlooked the last few seasons, because, you know, like I told someone, I said the pattern that Man City play is not the pattern that suits Jack Grealish, and he's proved us right again. He's gone to Everton. We've seen him be more progressive, more attacking, more free with his football.
Yeah, everything goes through him.
Yeah, everything goes through him, and getting more assists now, and his overall gameplay has improved. Not surprised to see him I'm surprised, but not surprised to see him
22 points.
With 22 points this beginning of season, because he's someone that when he was at Aston Villa, we adored him, and we as FPL managers always ran to him. So I think he's been released from the shackle of the Pep Guardiola system. Yeah, so it's good to see him flourish.
All right, very good to see him flourish. And next is Anthony Semenyo of Bournemouth. Yes, and this player has continued from where he stopped last season. A total of 23 points so far with Bournemouth.
Yeah, the Ghanaian doesn't look like he's about to slow down at all. You know, we were looking to see if he's a one-season wonder, but then he's trying to let us know that he's not here for just one season. His performance against Liverpool was very, 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 very stellar, and the other 2 matches as well, he's been very impressive. So he's a player that's FPL managers can trust. Yeah, some people say Bournemouth are not a big team like compared to the big six, but you know, sometimes players tend to stand out even in this middle sized teams. So he's one player that's like that. And Semenyo, I love him. I love his professionalism. I love the way he plays. Very tricky, very determined, and hopefully he continues that way.
Well, next up, who say his defensive contribution is not hidden is a fruit. Enzo Fernandez of Chelsea Football Club. He's getting the goals and also getting more points as a defensive midfielder. 25 points he has been able to accrue so far this season.
Yeah, Enzo is a very good midfielder. You know, he's on set piece duties as well. Takes free kick. He took the last penalty for Chelsea. So that's been a very good start from him, and he's also one that can give you defensive contribution. The Chelsea team is very compact and look like they're having a very good season. So he's going to enjoy a lot more points from this team.
Very, very true. And to the attackers, yes, still one player that we trust, someone, Erling Haaland, total of 24 points, and yes, fresh from the international break, he looks like he wants to continue scoring goals.
Yeah, I mean, you can't stop Erling Haaland. You know, this man was built for the goals, and it's very painful to those that don't have him on their FPL team, just like me. He's going to get in a lot more goals this season. He looks like he's fitter this season. He looks like he's not even going to get injured again this season. All that just matters now is for the Manchester City team to rally behind him, to understand him the way that Kevin De Bruyne did, and to always know when to give him that pass so he can run it behind the defenders. And he's going to get a lot of goals.
Alright, gonna get a lot of goals. And still talking attackers, Chelsea, João Pedro, a revelation for Chelsea Football Club. From the Club World Cup, he has not taken his foot off the gas.
Yeah, I mean, it's a player we can't write off. I mean, we thought coming from Brighton to Chelsea was going to be a bit hard for him to adapt to the system, but he's proved us all wrong. He's let us know that he's not a team. He's not built for only the Brighton system, that he can adapt to wherever the environment is, and he's adapted very well to life at Stamford Bridge. And the fans love him. FPL managers love him. We can see from the ownership rates that he is the most owned player in FPL this season, something we didn't see coming. So kudos to him and more points to him.
Well, kudos to him and more points to him. These are some of the players that have been doing so well this season. But let's look at the bench, okay? And looking at the bench, you've got David Raya of Arsenal Football Club, Anthony Jadon of Burnley, Lucas Paqueta of West Ham United, and Ugo Ekitike of Liverpool. 18 points, 21 points, 21 points, 22 points, and yes, I don't know if you can just magically imagine that this is the players that are going to perform well so far in the first game week to the third game week, and you have all of those players in your team. I wonder, you'll be like, well, I'm like a top man right now.
If I really saw anyone with this whole team in their
how many
lineup,
players do you have?
Oh, I have.
Don't tell me none.
None of them.
You find
that's why I'm having a very terrible.
Well, for me,
okay, I've got Raya.
I've got Raya on my own. I've got João Pedro. I've got Erling Haaland. Just three. Come on, man.
Yeah, so
I need a Jack relation.
looking at the bench, Raya has been very stellar. Anthony, I mean, very, very surprised to see him there, but he's been good as well. Paqueta, that goal against Chelsea deserved he deserved the 21 points with that goal. And they can take a while. I mean, I hope the arrival of Isak doesn't really cut down on this guy's game time, because this guy is someone that's just going to explode.
It's growing in confidence.
It's growing in confidence, and if they are given that time is going to explode more than this. I don't think he's shown us his full potential yet.
So you've not seen his full potential work at TK, and during the course of the international break, he got his first couple of games for the French national team. But hey, it is quiz time. This is the quiz arena where you get to you stand the chance of winning $20 for yourself. About walk us straight.
Yeah, I mean, we all love money time. You know, we love money time.
Who doesn't want to get home?
On today's quiz, I mean, we're going to, as usual, we're going to predict the three players here. Their game week 4 points. Whoever predicts it correctly, you're going to walk away with $20 for the weekend. And you know what $20 can buy you? It can buy you a Ferrari. It can buy you a Lamborghini. So don't sleep on that. Predict the points of João Pedro, Paqueta, and Munoz for game week 4, and you're going to stand your chance of winning $20. And yeah, you can get your Ferrari.
Definitely, yes. João Pedro of Chelsea Football Club, Lucas Paqueta of West Ham United, and Munoz of Crystal Palace. Get the correct point that these players are going to get for game week 4, and you stand a chance of winning a $20. And away from the quiz arena, let's talk about one player that has taken the Premier League this season by storm, and yes, it is Chelsea's João Pedro. right now he is valued at 7.7 million. Started the season with 7.5, and yes, total of 26 points he has gotten so far. 63.7% ownership of FPL managers, and this season he has gotten 2 goals and 2 assists. I don't know. You don't have this player.
I don't have him, but one thing I love about him is his celebration. You see, I mean, I love that celebration. I don't even know how to do it. The celebration is very wonderful. I mean, he's a wonderful player, and we cannot stop talking about him because.
But do you think that during the course of the season, João Pedro, we know, is a very wonderful player? Do you think that his performance will dwindle down a little bit?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a hard one to predict because this Chelsea team are a team where you have a lot of attackers who are going to support him if he keeps playing as the top 9.
And he can also play as a number 10.
Yeah, he can play as a number 10
from the flanks as well.
He's a very expansive player. He's a player that can play in different areas of the pitch. So, I think he's going to get as much points as he wants. He just has to keep his head up.
I just have to keep his head up. And looking at the couple of the features that he has, the next 5 features, he has got Brentford this weekend. Next is going to be Manchester United, Brighton and Hove Albion, Liverpool Football Club, and Nottingham Forest. And looking at, I say, the difficult level of these matches, Brentford is going on a green, which means that it's an easy one. But then Brentford this season, new manager, they are not still getting things right, but they can hunt you anytime, any day.
Well, I mean, fine, they can hunt you, but it's still an easy fixture that we expect João Pedro and Chelsea to ride through. So
the game against Manchester United.
Well, that's a tough fixture because we've seen at Manchester United they look more interested in playing the bigger teams than the smaller teams. So the difficulty level is there.
Well, difficulty level is there, and this one is medium, and it's Brighton and Hove Albion.
Yeah,
tricky feature. They defeated Manchester City.
Yeah, tricky fixture, but you know he's going back to his old club, and he's shown us that he knows how to score against his old clubs.
The
bangers against Palmeiras at the Club World Cup. So I think he's gonna deliver in that game.
Another hard game against Chelsea.
Yeah, the champions. I mean, you can't really break them. It's not easy. You can ask Arsenal. It's not easy to break them down, even if sometimes they are gullible. But they seem to have this prowess when it comes to playing the bigger oppositions. And
Nottingham Forest, new manager and a very interesting team.
Yeah, new manager, interesting team. But then we expect them to play the high line under Ange Postecoglou, so I think they're going to exploit that a lot.
All right, and yes, 67.7 manager percentage of ownership in the FPL this season. And yes, I don't know about you, do you have João Pedro in your team? Just before we go, still yes, just to remind our listeners that yes, the quiz is still up next, and yes, you get a chance to win $20, get to play at the point of these players, and you walk home with $20. We'll see you again in the next episode.